Hey everybody, it's coming to you live from Amelia Island, Florida on a glorious Monday afternoon. And if you live in the United States, you've been celebrating Memorial Day weekend, and today is Memorial Day. So I just want to take a moment to honor and acknowledge all of our fallen heroes, all of the men and women who have sacrificed their lives for our freedoms that we have in the United States of America. So, and if you are somebody that lost a loved one in any of the wars, then I am honoring you for your sacrifice today as well. So we just lift you up for that. Today, I am so excited to interview my guest, Luisa. Luisa and I met through a yoga coaching program that we're doing, a signature coaching program, and she is amazing. I absolutely adore this woman. She is from Colombia, but lives in Belgium. So I can't wait for you to meet her. Her soul's purpose is to help guide you to your soul's purpose. So I'm excited to interview her today, and she's going to tell you a little bit about how she came to this work and how she can help you really figure out what you're here to do on this earth. So without further ado, let me bring you on. Hello, Luisa.
Hi, hello, Alison. How are you? I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Luisa's in Belgium. She's 6 hours ahead, so it's 8 p.m. there. She's winding down. So I appreciate your time so much, Luisa.
Thank you. It's interesting that you mentioned Memorial Day, because today it's Memorial Day for me, because my hero died today 14 years ago. Let's say my mother died today 14 years ago. Yeah, and I didn't realize that it's on Memorial Day. That's interesting because she's my hero.
Yeah, well, that is. So we lift your mom up today too. Yeah, she created a really beautiful soul when she made you. And your dad helped too, so we'll give your dad some credit too.
A little bit, yes.
All right. Well, I'm so excited to interview you and to just introduce you to my network. There's no doubt in my mind that somebody's going to watch this and resonate with what you have to say. So I've got some questions for you. So let's jump in. The first one is, I want you to tell me how yoga came into your life and how it has impacted your life.
Well, that's a beautiful story because it is related with my mother again. When I was a child, she used to, instead of read me bedtime stories, which she did a lot because they both had a bookstore, so we had a lot of books at home. So she was reading a lot, but she was also doing yoga nidra. And I am talking about me being 4 or 5 years old, and she taking me into a journey, like relax and your muscles, and you are on the clouds or on a river and listen to the music and listen to the nature and the birds, whatever. She was doing yoga nidra when I was 5 years old, and then 6 and 7 and 8, and I was my whole childhood was filled with awareness, meditation, walking in nature with barefoot. You know, she was very hippie.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. And that sense, she introduced me into the world of awareness of meditation. And then, as they had a bookstore, I grew up in between books. And I was always taking books at home, you know, like, can I have this? And then I discovered the spirituality section. Yeah. And that was my section. And I was like, a book about yoga, and then another about health and food and I just got there, and I started to exercise and to do yoga at my home for myself. And then years later, I came to live in Belgium, and I was, and this is all related with the soul's purpose. When you are an immigrant, and maybe I had a university degree, I could speak 4 languages. I had like all the credentials to have a great job, but as an immigrant without papers, or, you know, it's like you don't exist. And I had to do a lot of jobs that I didn't love at all. I had to do jobs that were not at all related with my soul purpose. So in one of those jobs, working at a supermarket, they offer a yoga training, like a yoga weekend. And I said, okay, I go. And I was there from Friday to Monday or Tuesday. It was like 3-4 days. And at the end of this weekend, I said to the guy, I want to do what you're doing. Where did you learn that? And he said, well, he gave me the number. I called this school. It was like a Vedanta Academy, like 4 years training on Ayurveda and Vedic studies, like very, very deep, and of course, lots of yoga. And I just enrolled a month after, and I finished there my yoga teacher training after 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I went to India, and then I started like a whole journey. But it was the start of a huge longing and a search for my soul's purpose. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's how it started. Yeah.
That's an incredible story. If memory serves me correctly, was your training in journalism?
Yes, I studied university degree social communication and journalism, and I worked in Belgium at the beginning, doing a lot of things: supermarket, taking care of children, doing office and admin job. I was even a teacher, but at the side, I was working for Colombian media. But of course, like paid, like with Christmas cards. I don't know, not even that. Yeah, it was more like a freelance thing, and if you do, you write. If you don't do, I was working for TV, radio, and some national magazine.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So from journalism to the life you're leading now with this yoga journey that started at 4 or 5 years old. Did you ever imagine that this was like your soul's purpose? Like you
No, never.
Yeah.
No, I knew since I was a child, I knew I was going to help. And actually, it's funny because when people used to ask, you ask to child, what do you want to be? And then they will say astronaut or fireman or, policeman. And my answer was always so strange. I wanted to be a famous nurse.
Really?
Like that, I don't know. I don't know any famous nurse, but I wanted to. And my answer was yes, because I want to come back from a country, let's say Africa or some country, and I get out of the plane, and all the journalists will come to me and will say, "What have you done?" And I said, "I've saved lots of lives."
Right. Well,
so there was the journalists, and the helping people was together.
Was still there.
Just funny.
And I believe that you will save a lot of lives with your work with Soul's Purpose. Next question is, I know you work with people that are searching for their soul's purpose. How do you help people discover that?
How? Well, we tend to look our soul's purpose or our purpose or what do I want, what do you really like. We tend and we learn from society and from, to look outside us, to go and enroll in the next course, go to 6 months in a journey to India because there is my soul. And actually the soul's purpose is within you. It is in your soul. And so I help through different tools, but one tool, a very important one, is through the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Records is that space where all the deeds, decisions, thoughts, feelings of your soul, of the human soul, they are there in Akasha, which is that place, the ether, they are recorded there. So when in all the cultures they speak about it, in the Torah, in the Bible, in all the cultures they speak about that place where everything what you have done is there. So your karma. And so when your soul is created by Source, it gets like a blueprint. It gets a talent, which is like a gift. And it gets, and you are here to accomplish that gift, and you are here to live your purpose, your mission. But the thing is that when you come here, a child knows very good where they what they are here to do, and that because they know, they remember. But then comes internet, school, family, society, all these things, and we forget. So my work is to help people to remember their purpose.
Yeah, that's remarkable. That's remarkable. I know you and I talked because you talk to people about past lives, and I shared with you that I'm a Christian, so I don't really believe in that. And so you and I had a conversation about that. So for Christians that might be watching this, how are you able to work with them if they don't believe in past lives?
Yeah, that's interesting, because my first client is a Christian, and she said, I don't want to know about it, but I want to know all about it. So there is something there.
Right.
So there is no need to go into past lives if you don't feel like going into past lives, of course. We are all energy, and whether you have because the thing with the past lives, and if you don't want to see it like a past life, the thing is that we find in your blueprint, we find your blocks and restrictions. So let's say you decide to join a sect or a religion, or you decide to be a priest, or a nun, and you do a vow of poverty. Those vows are very powerful. They are energy, and they are very powerful. And when you close a vow of poverty, it is normal that you are creating a block for the rest of your life, or if you want to see it, for the rest of your lives. So we find blocks and restrictions anyway. So if we want to go to the past and see it's from a previous life, fine. If not, just take and see that there is a block around money, for example, that comes from a vow of poverty. And then I stop there, and then I don't tell you more, but then it's just for you to know, okay, that's my restriction, that's my vow, that's my block. I do respect a lot, of course, whether people believe or not, but it's more, we have to learn to go through that, to see through it, and just go to the core. Like, for example, I studied the Course of Miracles, and in the Course of Miracles, again, there is a lot of words that God and this and the other and Jesus, and so for some people who are maybe not believing, it's kind of they don't resonate with that. And then the teacher said, just go through it, they are just words, and just take the message, which the message is the important, that's what you need to get, and all the rest you take what you what it serves you, you keep it. What it doesn't serve you, leave it. But then
I like that. I say that to my yoga students a lot when I'm doing a yin yoga class, and sometimes I'll do a reading, and I will tell them that take what resonates with you,
exactly,
release the rest.
Exactly. But then the Akashic records, they speak about it in the Bible. So again, they speak about the book of life. That's the book of life. The Akashic records is the book of life. Is the book where everything, all your deeds are there.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So one of my questions was, how did you discover your soul's purpose? But I think you answered that when you talked to us about working, and then at the supermarket, and then starting your
it has a little bit more than a story. I'm full of stories. One day I will write a book, but there is a story. When I was living in Colombia, I was working while I was doing my career. I was working as guide, touristic guide in a national park. And this national park, it's some volcanoes and mountains, and it's a mountain of 5,300 meters above the level sea. And I was walking there one day. The park was closed. I was kind of living there. I had a partner there, and we went for a walk, and then we decided to go and take another path. To make this story short, we got lost And all of a sudden he said, you cannot cry, you cannot be this
Panic.
in panic, but we have to stay here the rest of the night, because we are at the top of a mountain. There is no moon. It's getting dark, and we cannot look for a way back because we may fall.
Yeah.
Started to snow.
Oh, wow.
And we were 5,000 meters above the level sea. So I kind of had like at some moment I lost my consciousness. I had a lot of oxygen of I don't know, a lot of no oxygen in my brain, and I started to speak stupid things and to say stories, and then at some point I fall asleep, and that's why they say you cannot sleep because you can die. And I fall asleep, and it was like 4 in the morning. We were super tired. We didn't have nothing to eat. We didn't have nothing. We went for a 1 hour walk, so we didn't have like anything.
Right.
And in that moment, I felt that I passed somewhere. That I arrived somewhere, and I started to see people who died, who was with me in this life, and they said, "It's not your time. Go back." Wow. And I said, "Oh, but it's so nice here. I want to stay here. It's cool. It's kind of cool here." And they say, "No, you have to go back." And so I came back. Wow. And when I was when it was morning, we started to go back again. We found a way. Everything was covered of snow, like we couldn't find the well. Anyway, and when I got home that night, no, I didn't go home. I went to a sauna, not a sauna, thermal water, like
hot spring.
Yeah.
Spring,
yeah. And there, I swear, I said, I change from now on. I will, because I was like, I was the university, not living really a conscious life, not drinking, but kind of drinking, kind of smoking joints, kind of not so cool. And so I said, my life is changing right now.
Wow.
Right now. I got, my life is, and there was a virgin. It was a Maria thing, like a statue in front of them. And I was like, I promise, I'm changing.
Wow.
And there was there I started to, like, let's say the seed was planted when I was a child. There was my transformation, and it became reality when I was working in something that I hated.
Wow.
And
Incredible story. Lisa. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that about you. Wow.
No.
So tell me, when somebody signs up to work with you, how long does this process normally take? Is it different for everybody, or do you have a set amount of time?
Well, let's say I have like two kinds of, like, the whole program. My signature program is 8 weeks, and in 8 weeks, it's not only about Akashic records, but because I have like a physical, mental, and soul work in one. I have the sun just in front, so I will have to change this. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
So the physical, we have like the physical part. Every week we meet and we do yoga, of course, and yoga, but more like related with the chakras. So as you know, all the chakra system, I believe, is that when you align your chakras, at some point your body starts to also get a connection with your soul, because then you get like, aligned. So we get a lot of awareness around the root chakra, and that's a grounding process. And then the sacral, and then with the sacral is all your awareness about pleasure and about manifestation. So there we get also some work around manifestation and around mindset, around money and all these things. And then all the love, forgiveness, gratitude from the Hanata chakra, the heart, communication, and then how is our message being there, out there, and then the 6th and the 7th. So that's, and then here, when we are up here, we are already in this like huge connection with our body, and more out the spiritual, world, let's say. And then at that point, I have, so also every week I have these classes, which group classes. Then we have a one-to-one every week as well, where we are working on topics that, depending on the client of that week, what they are needing or working on. And then the Akashic record, the reading. And so it's a moment for them to start to integrate all what they have learned, and then have this connection with their soul. So it's a very holistic process.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I have, like, on top of that, I have some extra, for example, for the girl who is not really into the Akashic records, she said, I want to know it. I also have another program besides that is connecting with the angels. So also for some people, they also, in some religions, they don't connect with angels. They say, I don't believe in that, they don't exist. But again, I don't say you don't have to believe in Raphael, but you just connect with the energy of healing. The green is the color green, and all the characteristics that the angel people will put to Raphael.
Right.
We work with that, and you put just Raphael. Don't think on the angel. Work with the energy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Great. And obviously, this is, I know you've got to move. You got to keep moving as the sun sets. Obviously, yeah. I know that this is an intense. I'm sure that there's some intensity in this process at some point. So I know that you're supporting your clients all the way through. They can connect with you if they have questions, or you're supporting them. They're not left out there to figure it out. You're guiding them the whole way.
No. They are even they are even contacting me on WhatsApp. And for example, one is on holiday, and she's sending me, like, everyday pictures from Sedona, and
Right.
and it's like we are creating, like, a very nice relationship. Like, yeah. So it's cool. They know that I'm there for them, and then I also do Reiki, and so I send them Reiki, and I also work with Healy, which is like a device that helps to balance energies and to send frequencies. So they are very, very, very well supported. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, let's wrap it up with this last question. Tell my audience how working with you has the potential to change their life.
My God, Alison. That's a good one. Well, there are two parts of to answer this. One is that it changed so I am like a living process. I'm a living example of how I know I've been there. I've been very insecure. It's not the word, but unhappy. Like unhappy, not doing what I wanted, being disconnected. And when you are disconnected, then everything is disconnected, because then you don't eat properly, you don't sleep properly, your relationships are not going well, because you are frustrated in your own body and in your own life.
Because you're not living the life you're meant to live. You're not living
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you live on intention, then everything change. So I've been there, and so I can understand and follow the process of the people who is there right now. And it has the potential. That's a very nice word. I like that word, because it has the potential. I am there like 200%. I know this process works, because I have seen also huge changes. And you said at the beginning you could save lives. I have already message from people, like, I was at the point of taking my life away, and after this work I realized how much my life is, how valuable is my life. So thank you.
Wow.
But it is a process that I've created, that I've learned, that I've lived, that I can share. But the responsibility and the work is on the commitment of my client.
Of course.
So that's always what I say. Like, this is, I can give you all the magic, I can give you all the process, but if you don't take action, then you're not going to see the results. Like, it's like in everything, you know, like I think your clients have the same. You have also an amazing program, and you deliver, you give, you're there, you teach, you support. But if they don't make the click, then it stays there, and it stays
You don't get the benefit.
yeah, exactly. So it has a potential. I am committed to give 200% of my soul on it, but I only work with hell yes people. We've learned that from the program we are now. If the person is a hell yes, then I'm also a hell yes. But if I see like not some, I don't know, so I say okay, okay. So I can tell you what to do, but not with me.
Yeah. They're just not ready, right?
No, of course.
And they may come back to you a year later and say, "No, I'm ready."
Exactly.
Yeah. Luisa, this has been an amazing conversation, and I know somebody's going to watch it and they're going to want to know more. You stay right there. I'm going to come back to you, but I'm just going to say goodbye and end the live. But you stay there so I can say goodbye once we're done. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this conversation. I'm going to make sure that Luisa's information is up on this post so that you can contact her directly if you have any questions, if you want to book a call with her to learn more. I know that she's available for that. So I'll make sure that that information is there. I hope wherever you are on this Monday afternoon that you're feeling happy, healthy, and well. Until next time, my friends, God bless.